Hello, world.
Hit the club. It's a Friday night. Oh, it's a Friday night. This is real. Can you send me her music?
Yeah, that's
really
real.
nice.
Alright, hey guys, welcome to my channel. I am Elizabeth Joy. If you don't know, hit that subscribe button. And today we're doing something a little different. It's not a DIY video. We wanted to talk about some things that we feel is very, very important. I don't know how to title this.
Niggas.
I want to talk about the men.
It's the men.
The men and the label that society has placed over us to say that we must be their wives, right?
Oof. Sort of, yeah.
Boom! If you're new, you don't know my story. If you are not new, you know I am divorced happily. Snaps! Yes, mother in law. Go ahead and hit that thumbs down because I know you about to.
Wow!
She does it for every video.
Only dislike ever.
And this is Mercy, who is engaged to become married.
Yeah, she got the ring.
She got the ring
Today.
newly engaged. This is Stacy, who is single and ready to mingle.
Not ready to mingle.
No,
Y'all can stay away from me.
He's single and not ready to mingle. My bad, and I knew that. This is my sister Shanay. You guys have met her before if you watched my previous videos, and she is single as well.
And mingling.
And mingling. Okay. Single and mingling. She's dipping in that man pool. At first. And this is my sister LaShawn.
Oh my god.
My jars. Okay, so what was the main thing that we kept discussing that kept coming up? That the end all, do all, be all is like marriage.
Yeah, like a lot of women feel like in order to achieve something they have to be married. Like even if they have succeeded financially, or they have succeeded like in a job, like career-wise, or they have kids, whatever, it's like the epitome of womanhood is like to be married. And if you're not married, then like
What's wrong with you?
What's
wrong with you,
Right.
or like you have not achieved, or you know, something like that. And I just think that's
Bull.
baloney. Bullshit.
The standard for men is like when you're single and you're living like, oh my god, you're living life.
Right?
You know, it's not where's your wife.
Yeah, but
When it comes to us, it's like,
where's your husband?
Are you married?
Are you married?
But even after you're married, if a man is out there single and stuff, they don't even say, are you having kids anytime soon?
They even have a term for it. Most eligible bachelor. They
Say it one more time.
most eligible bachelor. They
Like,
For the people in the back.
I don't remember where, but I was reading
the trolls.
somewhere they were talking. I think we were watching I was watching some HGTV thing, and there was a guy on it, and they're like, that guy's in Texas, and he's the most eligible bachelor. It wasn't that he's 40 and married and like what's
Which
wrong
is
with him,
like-
because
right.
that's the equivalent as a woman.
Right.
Yeah, if you saw a woman single, they'd be like,
Why is she not married?
it would just be like,
Especially if she's 30s and her 40s.
she's a MILF.
Yeah, like what was it? She did
again.
Tracy Ellis Ross. They
No.
did.
Yes.
She had to come out publicly like, listen.
Let me
Not for me.
live. Like
Not for me.
I'm happy. I'm single.
Yeah.
I'm mingling, and I'm successful. Like let me live. And it's crazy, but it's just how it goes to show that like when women are, we're just for the consumption of men essentially. Like unless we're
cattle.
unless we're being like put in a different like atmosphere when we're married versus when we're single. Like unless we're attached to another man, we're like not seen as valuable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like even if it's just a boyfriend, it's like, oh, all of a sudden that matters. Like let's talk about like when we go to the club, right? For example, you go to the club and it's like if I'm just like I'm good, I don't want to dance with you, or I'm good, you know, whatever. And like they'll keep pushing, but as soon as someone says, and this has been said like multiple times, but as soon as someone says, hey, I have a boyfriend, then they'll back off.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow, you
as long as you're single,
as
you
long
have
as-
to fold to be.
But it's like I'm not like I don't matter. Like my voice does not matter unless it's attached to a man. You know what I mean?
And
Like,
even sometimes when you add that I have a boyfriend, it just kind of makes you they're like, oh, so someone likes you enough, so you're, maybe I should try a little bit harder. No.
Yeah, I think that we were just talking about this because I was like, the creepiest men are in my DMs. And then she was like, girl, you gotta get in a relationship. That's when the men come. Because they really be in your DMs when you got a man. I'm like, that's sad. When you have a man, that's when they all want you?
They want you regardless.
They do, but they're different. They're different about it.
Yeah.
When you're in a relationship, they're like, oh, a challenge.
Yeah.
Oh, you must be, like, someone's kept you because you're a woman that's kept. No.
Yeah. I think though we have to take kind of a little bit of responsibility for the culture too, because some women put men on
A pedestal.
this pedestal like they're God, and
I'm gonna submit to my man.
They're not incomplete without, like, I know women that if they're not dating someone, they're miserable.
Yeah.
And it's just like we have to create
But I
our own
don't
culture where they're not the epitome of our conversations. They're not the epitome of our lives.
Kourtney Kardashian just said that in the last episode because she's single now.
Yeah,
and she says she's in therapy because she's like, she gets anxiety when she's single. Like, she feels like she doesn't like the unknown. Like, the only time she's comfortable is when she's in a relationship.
But I really want to point out that it's not our fault.
No, it's not. No,
it's
not
not
our
what I
fault.
mean. Like, it's
the
not our
culture.
fault.
It's the culture that's given to us.
Exactly.
It's ingrained in us as children.
Exactly. It's like, it's
true.
something
We're
that we
shaped as
have
a wife.
subscribed to, but it's not something that we came up with.
No.
Like, that's all the systems of, like, patriarchy. Like, that's, it's like the patriarchy working. So, even if we are perpetuating it, it's not our original idea.
No.
Like, for example, this, like, the Slumflower. She's like my favorite human
Shanae
being.
loves her.
Yo, I connect with her on a different
That's like
level.
my social media.
Yes,
We're educating other people, and that's, I think, that we have.
But it's okay to be
a
alone.
responsibility to educate our friends, our sisters,
Exactly.
our daughters, our nieces, our cousins. Like, we can't just feel this way and just be like, oh, F men. No, we have to tell everyone, like, no, we have to collectively F men. Not like but not make it.
That is really
yeah.
like,
and it's not some type of bitter type of
no.
Oh my gosh, men are F men.
But they're not the center.
It's just
they can't be the center of our world.
They're not a priority.
Yeah.
There's something that comes before you, which is myself.
That's true.
Right.
And it's sad because even like when you're living your life as a daughter, you'll have your parents like, baby girl, when you gonna get married, give me some grandchildren. Like, it's just, it'd be your own parents. It'd be your family. You show up to Thanksgiving every year by yourself and they think you're gay.
Yeah.
They think something's going on. They think you have a problem. If you don't have kids, they think you're infertile.
Yeah, because it's a system you're fighting against.
But I do, like, okay, first of all, Chidera, if you see this video, I want to be your best friend. Call me. But it was, like, really, like, enlightening to see these women who are talking about it. And it's, like, really, you have to think about why marriage has been epitomized as, like, like, the end all, like, the thing that to achieve as a woman. And it's, like, that was really put in place by men. And they did it because they're so, like, I don't want to sound real bitter or like upset or whatever, but it's the facts. It's like they put it there and then we were able, like, then they made us believe that we had to achieve it when really it's like for them because they don't want to be alone. You know what I mean? Like, it's like a mind fuck. Like, if you think, it's a mind fuck. They really flipped the script. It's like they're the ones who need us because what they do is like they come from their mothers, then come to us. Like, they don't know how to be independent unless they're like being taken care of by some sort of woman. But whether it's marriage or not, it's like a woman taking that place. And that's why there's so many men who don't know how to cook for themselves, who don't know how to take care of themselves, don't know how to do their laundry. And even if they do, whenever you do get married, that like that role is transferred. Right, that role is transferred. So it's like
now you're here.
We've watched society progress. It went from, we had multiple women being with one man, which was of the craziest thing. And we're like, okay,
but there's a reason to that.
What was
you said like multiple women being with one man, right?
Yeah.
Like, so I mean that obviously goes back to like the inequality like the women face in patriarchy, right?
Yeah.
It goes back to the fact that back in the day women did not have social capital. Like, they didn't have social capital. They weren't able to work. So men were the breadwinners. We had to be with a man in order. Yeah. So okay. If we really
from the root,
right? If we really look, right? No, but if we really go back to like marriage, I always say this, like, marriage is for men. It is not a thing for women.
So
It is
what about men who don't want to be
100%.
married?
Well, that's good for them.
Good.
I'm staying in their place.
It still works even if they're not married. They're out here trolling, like being with some sort of woman who is taking care of them, like
living with them.
They might not be.
What about the man who doesn't? That's what I'm saying. What about
Where are they?
they exist? And
Where?
That's why I want to know.
There's always a man with a woman.
Somewhere
Hold on. She's somewhere in the shadows.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of things that's being said that I really don't agree with, that I've been into contact with, that I'm just, so my narrative, it hasn't been men. I know a couple of guys that they had condos and co-ops and they lived on their own without a woman, and they didn't want to get married.
Okay,
No,
cool, but that's bachelorhood.
She's not saying that that men are leeching on us. That's not what she's trying to say. She's saying that
There are men out there that are living their lives and aren't looking for women to complete their lives.
But what we're saying is that although they are doing that, a lot of them still have someone on the side, whether they call them their best friends, their, I don't know, FWB.
But still, everything is not 100% too. Even, there are good men out there. So when I'm saying like every man, they just want to dominate and take, like, that's not.
First of all, you have to think about it in the context of like the system and like the patriarchy, not just like individual. And a lot of people, when you have this kind of discussions, they really focus on the individual aspect rather than thinking about it as a whole and as a system.
Yeah, no, I'm saying even though there are good men out there and they're not looking to take advantage of us and things like that, but we have to understand that they still benefit from a system that was created for them.
Exactly.
It's just like saying
it's like
white people are racist.
It's like racism.
Not everyone's racist. We know that, but you still have white privilege. You still benefit.
You still
from
have
the color
male
of your
privilege.
skin. Yes, you still have male privilege, regardless. Because you're born in, like Noah. Your son is gonna grow up with male privilege. You didn't instill that into him. A world is catered to him, as if he is on the throne and everyone else is catering to him.
That's why.
And
what if his dad be like, stop telling him?
That's the thing.
It doesn't matter.
That's the thing.
You raise him, you're raising him in a system.
And it's gonna affect him either way. Whether you're as conscious as possible, it's still gonna affect him. Like, there's a lot of wonderful women who raise good enough men. Even Michelle Obama says she wishes women would fail up. And that's the thing. Men fail up. They don't fail down. We fail down, and even when we progress down. Like, you know what I mean? It's like there's so much stacked against women in this system that even when it comes to like relationships, you can say that there's equality in relationships no matter what type of man you're dating. Whether you're dating the worst of the worst or the best of the best, there is no equality in that relationship, whether you like it or not, because of the way the system is set up. First of all, he's already going to be bringing in more money than you, and he should be, first of all. Let me tell you something. If you're not with a man who's doing better than you, what are you doing, sis? Like,
Aretha Franklin did say that women should be paid more than a man because we do more.
We should, but I'm saying right now, with the way the system is, there is no reason why you should be making more than, unless you're like in completely different like fields. And
I feel like as soon as you give that man that title to say that he's making more, that dynamic in that household is like,
you lose power.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to.
Like, I'm making more than you. I'm bringing home the moolah. I'm bringing home the money. Like, I think that in my marriage that he enjoyed the fact that he was the one bringing in the income.
Ego trip.
No, I
like it was a big ego trip. Even though we were struggling, and I begged him to get a job, like, let me work. He was just like.
But that's the thing. That's like that's not a good dynamic. You have to be independent. I wholly believe that women, before they get with a man, need to be completely independent, such that whether they choose to stay in the relationship or not, it is not out of need.
That's true.
It is out of like, it's not out of self-preservation. It's more out of like, I want to be with this man, because like I said, the dynamics are always gonna be off.
Yeah.
Just because of the way the way the patriarchy works and the way men are raised. Even if you are raised with Mother Teresa, there's always gonna be unequal dynamics. So what I'm saying is, even if the man makes more, the point is that you as a woman are choosing to be with that man not out of financial need, but because you want to. On top of that, as black women, we're already at a deficit. And it's like, why am I going to be struggling with you? Like, if you're not bringing me up, why am I with you? You know what I mean? Do you understand what I'm saying?
I get it.
I'm already climbing.
And even if I'm not, like, you know what I mean? Like, there's no reason for me to go and struggle with someone else when being in that relationship in itself is a struggle.
But listen, this goes way beyond the job.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm
Even just
saying.
in the mental.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, to be with someone
It's a lot of
that's
work.
not mentally on the same level as you, and that did a video about it. Like, it's exhausting.
It's exhausting.
You're at this mental, like, state to say, you know what? Life is about succeeding, and I'm on a 10, and you're still down at a 7.
Why?
While you're trying to bring yourself up, you
Why?
gotta bring him up too?
No.
Woo! It's hard.
And then you're penalized for being a woman.
That's my point. It's like I already have so much more going against me. Why am I doing better than you? That's my point.
We have everything stacked
right.
against us, so we can do better.
Why aren't you?
They have to do better.
And then on top of that, if you're a mother, you're more than likely about to stay home. You see what I mean? Like, women sacrifice first
Their
careers for the
sake of their family.
Yeah.
Women sacrifice a lot for the sake of family and marriage, and it's like men don't even recognize that they get where they are with the family because of the woman's sacrifice.
Exactly.
There's a lot of unpaid labor that goes untold, and that's the thing. That's the thing. It's not just like this pure like, oh, I'm making money, but there's like a lot of these underlying things that are happening, and it's like if I'm gonna have to deal with all that shit, you might as well be making a whole lot of money.
But we should
Make me comfortable.
Exactly.
we should be
I agree.
Even the equality gap with paying. I feel like when women leave their work to have children, even the system that they're getting paid 70% of their salary, 80% of their salary,
So messed up.
it's so crazy because here I am contributing to this world by bringing life into this world, but you cutting my pay.
That is very true.
So it's like,
look at you.
crazy.
They look at you and they say you're not going to contribute as much when you actually would, because I have a whole family to provide for. Not that the man doesn't.
Yeah. But
When men get married, everything improves. Their health, they live longer.
they're promotable. Employers are looking to promote people with stability.
yeah.
And they're in a law firm. What brings the stability?
Yeah.
You looking at me.
Okay, so like, wait, just let me finish.
Look at being a president. Being a president, you have to have a family, a wife.
So like, literally, like marriage in every aspect improves them. But when women are married, their health decreases, their financial gains and economic decrease. Like they go down.
She's women
And
here
this-
today. She's
and this-
married. Let's
and
not
this
hire
is,
her.
and this is like real research statistically, like
Yeah.
it shows. And it's like we have been bamboozled into believing that this is the system we want to buy into. And I'm really not bashing women who still want to get married, but I really worry that if we all don't collectively say no, we expect and demand more, and not just in like the financial areas, but in every areas of like
Every aspect.
every aspect in this like interpersonal relationship with men, then that's the only way we can do better. Because here's the thing, as much as there are good men out there, there's 3 times the amount of good women out there.
Yes.
You see what I
I would
mean?
say 10.
So
That's
even if
I would
it
say
doesn't,
10.
so this
20.
is why even men who are completely just what the fuck will still have a good woman by their side.
But also, to not deter women. If your man ain't shit, there's a million men out there that are shit.
Yes.
So, don't make this like, hold on to your man. Times are rough. Let me hold on to my no good man. No. Leave him.
That's the broken vessel. God be right. And that's why it's so much like they're always on our case. But it's also like, hey, not everybody wants to have kids. That's another thing we have to take out. Like the idea that we're here to reproduce. Hell the fuck no. Like I'm not here to be a mule to keep giving birth to children. You know what I mean? And it's like that's part of the thing. And then you mentioned something about like how does Mercy teach her son like, hey, you know, women are not here to like be yours, like
to lay down.
to lay on
your property.
And I think that's such an important point because a lot of heterosexual men grow up believing that they are owed a relationship by a woman, that they are owed like to be married, like they just expect it. You know what I mean? Like this is something that's gonna come to me because I'm a man.
And that's why they don't cherish us when they have us.
But also,
they ask me out.
that's why femicide
They ask
is
me out
so
cheating.
big. That's why femicide is also such a huge issue right now in America. One of the stats that I read when I was doing this like research was that the largest reason for femicide in America, like for women dying, is abuse from their partners. Like women are dying at the highest rate because of abuse from their. It's this sense of ownership that men have over women, and that is put unknowingly just by living, just based on the patriarchy. That is put that it's like, for example, you see a lot of women dying because like that girl who got killed in New York because she said no to a man in the streets or something, or in the club or something.
A young guy just killed his girlfriend because she spent the night out.
Exactly. Shit like that. Like they really think that they are owed this partnership and that women belong to them.
The pattern is huge the issue. The reason why women are now kind of like, okay, let's say that woman, she wanted to go out. Usually the pattern is the guy's not faithful, something like that. And they're like, okay, I'm going to do my thing. Woman decides to do her thing, boom, end of her life. That's crazy because you control her. You're making her insecure. It's manipulative. It's so.
But they're secure on their own end.
Yeah.
Like if my girl is going out, she must be cheating on me. Or
because there's
a possibility that there's going to be a man that's more attractive than me, that has more money, that she's going to think it has more swag, and
let
she's
me
just
tell you something.
treat her better.
Treat her better.
You just want to have a drink with the lady.
First of all, you're not even thinking about a guy. You're just like, I'm having fun.
But if you think about what Marcy said, like the root of it is that they know there's a man who's gonna treat her better. Like they know they ain't doing shit.
That's right.
Right.
Listen,
a lot of those men,
it's insecurity.
It's insecurity because they know they're failing somewhere. They're falling short in some aspect of that relationship.
I had a man tell me. Listen, I had a man tell me. Remember when we were talking? We were talking one night about how men don't like the women to go out and don't like the women to like
socialize
or just like grow as a person. And he said because of our insecurities, we feel like if you guys grow,
you outgrow us.
We're stagnant, and you're gonna outgrow us, and you're gonna become something, and we're still gonna be here while you're moving up there.
Listen,
remember, I was like, that's disgusting.
But the thing is, if you look
selfish.
at every type of system of oppression, you always see that on top is the insecure party,
right,
and then at the bottom is the power. Just like how white people have made it to be the superior, have oppressed black people, superior race. But when you look at history, it shows a different, it paints a different picture. Yep. So just like it's through fear and insecurities that one group says, okay, so we see the power that they have. We see what's in them. We have to find a way to flip this shit. And that's what they've done. That's what they've done for women. And even when you look at ancient Egypt art and stuff like that, you do not see women depicted the way you see us now. Like all over men. Like you see men getting dressed up, getting dolled up to get the attention of us.
Even in movies.
Yeah.
The men is like chasing after the princesses and chasing after them and like falling to their feet. Cinderella. He went and tried one shoe on the whole kingdom just so he could find her. You didn't see her searching for him.
Here's my thing. I think love is beautiful. I think when you find someone that you connect with, like when I see people where I'm like happy for them. I really, really am. But the thing is, it's like you cannot go into a situation when that person is not conscious of like their role in that situation as a man. You can't have a fruitful relationship with a man who doesn't understand these dynamics.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And like you going back to your point about like they flipped it, marriage, right? Originally I had said that like marriage is for men. But if you think about it, there is no system under which marriage is for the benefit of women because they're strong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like even if you go back in the day, women had to get married because they didn't have, like we said, they didn't have financial security, they didn't have like social capital, shit like that, right?
And parents would date them.
Right. But no, this is still happening. It is still happening in a lot of other countries. But okay, so like if you think about that, like let's take it first from the Western American, European context, right? Because women were not allowed to own land, women were not allowed to work, therefore they needed a man. That's why marriage was important. Then, if we go back to like our like African roots, okay, not back, but like somewhere along the way, it's shifted. So the idea of a ratio or like giving dowry.
Yeah.
All right. So there's even in India and like places like that where women give men give dowry for the woman. Okay. So initially, that was like I know that as a woman, she's bringing value to my house. That's why we're paying her parents, because she's gonna come, she's gonna give me children. You know, like she's gonna expand my household.
Right.
So we're paying her parents for that sacrifice. Now, somewhere along the way, that message shifted to I'm paying for her to become mine as a like now I own her.
Yeah.
Rather than partnership, it became a situation of, oh, I paid dowry, now you're mine and I can do whatever the hell I want to do.
Yeah, to the point where if the husband dies, they're like useless. Or if they get a divorce, it's like no man will ever even
touch you, right?
Yes.
So, and then if you talk about like the other way, because there's also other cultures where the man is being paid dowry, where the women are considered burdens. So the parents pay off to the man to take the woman. It's crazy.
At the end of the day,
So at the end of the day, everything is rooted in some sort of oppression of the women. Yes, being married in some of these cases was to uplift the women because she couldn't do these things herself and she needed a man to protect her and guide her and all of that. But at the root of it is because she was oppressed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If I can't work, if I can't sustain myself, how am I being uplifted by this stupid marriage? Like, yeah, you can do all of those things for me, but now I'm not my own, you know?
You're not your own entity.
Yeah, I'm not my own entity.
Part of this.
And I have to do it. Like, it's not like a choice,
At
essentially.
those times, what women strived for was to be a wife and a housekeeper.
But it still happens today. There's a lot of women who want, and there's nothing wrong with that. If your ministry is to be a housewife and you find empowerment in that and you want to be, that's fine.
The thing is, we love men. I have a brother.
I love men.
Everyone
First
has
of
a
all,
dad here.
I love my dad.
It's not like a man bashing thing.
Yeah.
I feel like we have to educate each other, and every guy I come in contact with, I let him know. I'm like, we're not equal, okay? I am giving birth, not me personally, but me and my sisters. We're giving birth to this whole world. We cannot be equal with you guys.
But
that's okay. Because we all have our roles, and they're important roles. But why do we have to put value on each other? Why can't we just respect each other, let it flow, and don't seek to oppress me, and I won't seek to oppress you?
Like,
that's it. It's really that simple.
Yeah.
You have to pussy power. Hashtag empower your sister. Because we are got it.
Thank you guys for watching. Definitely want to just encourage the woman, do you. Do what makes you happy. I do feel that there's definitely a lot of successful marriages out there. We just...
My parents is one of them.
Yeah, happily married for I don't know how many years, decades. Situations, we want you to feel empowered and not feel that you should be in a situation. Any other thoughts?
Then you are the best thing in any relationship that you have. You.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
That's powerful.
Stop! You're gonna cry? That was beautiful.
That was fucking beautiful, that's for sure.
Oh my God!
You know what's powerful? It spoke to me too. I'm not gonna lie. It did speak to me.
Good. This is woman empowerment, guys. This is what it looks like.
Because there's a lot.
This is black girl magic right
No,
now.
that's okay. Well, you heard it here. You heard it here. Okay, that's a direct quote. Okay.
We're gonna stitch that on a pillow.
Copyright that. Okay.
I started so quick. I'm like, what did I say? I want to relive it. Oh my goodness, that was so good.
It's like that little girl. It's like that little girl. The dad was like, do you think you're ever gonna find the one? And she said, I am the one.
I am the one. You are the one. That's our takeaway for today, guys. You are the one. Thank you for watching. Thank you for having us here, Elizabeth.
Thanks for having us. Thanks for the food, the wine.
We loved it.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching.
Subscribe.
Yes, give it a thumbs up. Comment.
Bye bye.